they look to be doing okay.
Actually, just noticed Gary and Chris have swapped round and Gary's going to lead now.
Well, they've got to try something, haven't they, at this stage, because they haven't scored yet.
Well, I haven't seen either of them actually fire yet. I mean, it's going to come to a point where they're going to have to look to fire Jack, don't you think?
Well, you might be right, Gregis. You might be right. But Tom Boyd's led quite well all day, and they just beat you 21-20, didn't they?
Yeah, with the Jack in hand, Tom played very well. My partner Ryan probably played to his best ability, but he hasn't had the Jack all day, so he never really found it. How did you find your game, Jack? Is that the first time you played on here?
No, I've been buried a few times on here, but we were doing all right at 11-7, and then 10 minutes later we'd lost 21-11. So we just found a mark, and that was that. But it's a very difficult green, isn't it, Greg?
It is. It's a great green. I mean, even at this time of year, it's running quite well.
Look at this for a ball. He's propped him straight out. And the two now. So they're not letting him get away with anything, Greg. Both playing this mark really well. Chris Brown trying to play one, but he's crabbed it round the corner. I don't think it'll float back from there.
I think Gary and Chris just need to get the Jack in their hand and just get back to, I don't know, around 15, 6 and 7 and give themselves a shout, I think, Jack.
That's right. Chris,
I mean, this going in the corners, they can both play, but they've got to get the Jack first.
Chris has got to play one. Otherwise it's about 13 or 14 down, isn't it? So things are looking very bleak. It's nearly underneath here. The speed might hold it. No. Yep, it's held it.
It's to back.
It's to back. It's 2. It's another 2 to the score. They're looking for 3. Well, I think Chris Brown's bowls next, isn't it? 2 it is.
Boyd's going to lead out. Thumb peg. Straight over.
So that takes it to 14-0. Just found this one mark, Greg.
Oh, I think they're not going to change it, are they? It's giving them these results. Looks like they've come with a game plan, stuck to it. And
slightly uphill from here. Uphill to the road, a bit of a push. No, they've been standing though. Well, Gary's played a good one there. He's tapped the Jack.
Boyd's a length there. I think that might just have gone.
Hard to tell from here. Gary's trotting after his.
Good route to me. Good route.
Is it just overplayed? Carl's just trying to play for winner here.
To be honest with you, I mean, Boyd's carried Carl a little bit today.
He's led very well, but it's a very difficult game when you're the batsman, isn't it, Greg? In doubles, if you're not always firing, big hammer. What's he? No, the Jack's still there.
Took the counter out, I think.
They're looking like they could be getting on the card here. I think Gary's on.
Oh, Carl looks slightly outside to me.
He needs a.
We don't want to know if you're outside.
So no. So.
No, Carl's coming with some really good bowls at crucial times, really.
I mean, he was 20 apiece with you, and he's found one in the top corner, hasn't he? To win, just hung on in.
So, Jack, are you going to do much winter bowling, are you?
A bit of winter bowling at the Griffin, Greg, yeah, in Huddersfield. very popular around our way.
Is that an open? You can go in every Sunday?
Well, it's membership only. You pay your subs to be part of the club. It's similar to the panel in respect that you play the old-fashioned rules, jack for jack, and 2 throws of the jack, etc. And it's very popular around our way.
Might have to pop up and take some pocket.
Yeah, you won't be good enough to play an hour Griffin, Greg. You need to put your time in on there. You need to learn how to bowl in snow and ice and things like that. Torrential rain.
I'm a fair weather player, Jack.
Yes, you are.
When Warwick was to play Yorkshire, he was playing into that 3-inch deep puddle, Jack.
3 foot deep, I think it was. Yeah, that was a wet day.
So we've come into the difficult corner here at Parkfield. Not quite sure where the lead's gone.
Chris Brown's 18 inches short of the jack, slightly wide of the road. Thomas Boyd is coming in on the inside and he's gone out. He's 4 foot to far.
I think Chris and Gary need to.
They're bidding for the corners, aren't they?
14-2.
The score's now 14-2, so it's a mountain to climb. But if they do get in here, these corners are very difficult, Greg, aren't they? Very steep crown, big chuck into the corners, so they'll be hoping to win this end and get a bit of a break back, won't they? And at least gain a bit of ground on them.
That's what they'll be looking to do. 4 inch played, one for me.
He's gone out. He's still 2. Still, he's just overshot it there. Now Gary's trying to come for 3 here. Michael Holden says run away, so that must mean Gary's short. So Tommy's relying on Carl now to retrieve the situation, Greg.
How's his pace? Just pulled up for me. Just pulled up, but they've got Carl might be looking to strike next bowl, I think. Got the next 3.
They don't look easy bowls to beat, Greg, so he might well.
This is short.
Might well fire at them, try and get them out, but is it blocked up now? I don't know. Tom's trying to recommend that he tries to hit the balls, really, and if he gets one, he might spring them both out.
Could be a good bad one from Gary there. Could have blocked up the
jamming the end up. Carl's looking. I don't think he knows what to do, really. There's a lot of discussions going on. I think they're thinking too much here. I don't know if he's just trying to play over. He's firing. He's not sure. He's got the jack off. Good result.
Got the pig.
He's driven the pig off. So now they'll be going full corners, I should imagine.
Yeah, I'm guessing Chris will probably go front peg into the far corner, which is Jack will probably agree, the heavy corner of the green.
Yeah, up to the road there, yeah. That's it.
Hasn't gone right in.
Hasn't gone right in, has he? We've gone thumb peg. We've had Duncan Reeves here today providing a booking service on a pairs event, which is not the easiest thing to do in the world, as soon as there's a lot of luck involved. But I think he'll be going back to Yorkshire with lots of money.
Chris needs a yard on this.
Yeah, he's giving it a good chuck this time.
It's a good route.
It is a good route, as the man from Birmingham says. It's not rang ruined either.
Well, Boyd.
Yeah.
Well, we'd actually we'd love some feedback from viewers to let us know which is the most broadest accent.
Broad Birmingham or Broad? What would you call mine? Yorkshire.
Yeah,
It is.
So, Jack, do you think you might retain the Crossfield Cup next year?
I should imagine so, because Birmingham's in complete capitulation. It's in turmoil, but...
Wow, what a bowl that is from Armo.
Well, we're talking about Crossfield Cup now. Never mind this game.
I don't think they know about
Well,
there weren't enough things on Facebook about it.
No.
I'm not sure why I thought the Crossfield Cup up.
You do know we won it this year, Greg, and Birmingham didn't.
Jack will speak about this for the next hour now. Sorry, view.
Well, to be fair, Greg, we had a good season. The away team
Great bowl.
won all 5 games away from home, 100% winning record. Birmingham lost in Cumbria on a very quick green, where they couldn't hold all the bowls back, and they lost by 80, I think, and that sort of put them out at running. So yeah, that was it really, Greg. How do you feel about the matter?
Oh, was you in that away team, Jack? In 5?
Yes, I was. Yes.
Well, I suppose it's nice. It's a refreshing change for the county in the Crossfield Cup to have a different name on it. I mean, I don't know who engraves the cup, but how much are we getting bored of putting Warwick and Worcester?
Well, I mean, I think you're right, Greg, and all good things must come to an end, mustn't they? So it's sweeter for us, you know. But it's all good fun, isn't it, Greg?
It's good fun. We have some great games. Great.
Yes, that's right. So anyway, back to the bowls, and what score are we at now?
Oh, let's start the game on.
Yeah, well,
14-4 now.
14-4.
Bowl 8-2.
So they're really making them work for every chalk, aren't they? Oh, we've had an update on the football. Preston are 1-0 up, so that's great news for the locals. And that's away at Norwich. So, Aston Villa are also 1-0 up, so Gregis, you'll be happy about that.
Is there an update how Leeds or Huddersfield are getting on?
Are they? So, it's all happy for everyone, yeah. Oh, right, well. So anyway, meanwhile, Chris Brown has sent the Jack corner to corner.
Lay 2, steady bowl. Boyd seems to be low, good pace, but he's low.
He's certainly underneath, yeah. They're playing a long mark across the top of the crown.
Well, that's funny enough. It's the mark that myself and Ryan had a bit of success on against Boyd and Armitage. So
when you came right back at them,
we did.
Yeah.
But they, towards the end of the game, they actually found it quite well. So just had enough practice on it. Almost far enough.
It looks to be tracked.
Wow, perfect pace for me.
Is it? Can he clear? Oh, he's thumbed Boyd's in for second, so that might give him a free hit if Gary doesn't make another.
It's a very difficult turnover. Gary's looking at the other peg.
He's asking for information off Chris Brown, some distances to try and aid his decision. You're all right.
Now, Gary's slightly inside. We'll come back a bit to it.
Well, he's watching. Well, he's ligging for 3. That's 3. There's 2. Oh, is it?
I think it's only 1, Jack.
It's 2.
Go to Specsavers.
It's 1. Specsavers. It's just the 1, according to Gregis.
Oh, he's far enough again.
Well,
he's up a route.
Does he like it?
Connection. Needs a connection.
Oh,
Pegged off.
Definitely 1. Good savers. Good savers. So.
Oh, there's trying to keep them down to 1s and 2s. Need to be doing.
So we are now at 14-5. And Chris is leading out full corners again. This thumb peg. Big push up to the road there. Nothing for underneath to the left of the jet. Has he landed?
Like it. Thinks he's short.
There's room for Tom now here.
It's gone a couple of yards out the back.
So, meanwhile, in the other game, Cowp and Grimston are losing 6-11 to Ant Bracken and Paul Bailey.
Up the Brummies.
Up the Brummies. The Brummies are, well, the ones that are left in are doing quite well,
Yeah.
Greg, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. That's right. The experience is coming through here.
Brack's
More experience in playing pairs, haven't they, Greg, than you and Ryan. Ryan.
Brack's come in his tracksuit bottoms, looking very smart.
Yes, I do. What you mean? So there ain't really a good ball on here at this end, Greg. It's just a case of
There's a lot of room.
who's actually in. Is Gary on there with that length ball? I think he could be. Yeah.
The length is off-road.
Yeah, there's Rang Ruard going all of it shop down here. Oh.
Gary's trotting after it.
Yeah.
Now I think.
Yes.
There's a lot of room. He needs to get in here, Carl.
There's room for a good near. He's certainly reached. He's certainly reached. He's certainly reached. I tipped that early, didn't I? Certainly reached. I've got one right, Greg. Been sat here half an hour, but I was, yeah. But it's been a bad end, that, Greg, hasn't it? Really.
Yeah, I mean, Carl and Tom have missed an opportunity there. They're letting Chris and Gary settle down and going right back into the game.
Microphone hasn't been on for the past half an hour. So, would you like to... Oh, I can't believe that. You idiot. They aren't the brightest out these Brummies.
Well, that's slightly embarrassing and living up to my reputation of being a bit silly, a bit dopey.
So,
I'm back now. I'm back.
So they've just been listening to me waffle on about fresh air. About the Crossfield Cup, Greg.
Jack's waffled on about the Crossfield Cup for a bit. Yeah. We won't go back to that.
No, I don't think we should, Greg. For your...
Well, sorry to the viewers that experienced Jack's boring voice, but I'm back now.
We can listen to the Birmingham accent at its best.
Boyd's played one. Not so bad. Chris hasn't quite gone as far with this jack. And his bowl's just trailed a yard. Looks a bit inside, does Chris.
Is it squaring back though?
Yeah, it slid back though.
It's squaring back.
Gone out, Mr. Dyson.
It's Rang Ruard. Well, everyone's here, very excited at Parkfield for this. Everyone's watching,
Well,
enjoying the day's bowling, Greg.
They are. I mean, for the last 3 years, I think this is the third year it's run now. And every year it's still a top quality field. And they're getting more people here every year, and it's more of a becoming a social event as well. There's quite a few of us,
I think,
especially from the Midlands,
stopping over.
stopping over and have a good night here at Parkfield. Gary's just played a great bowl there, dead weight.
So possibly lane 2 here. Now what would a 2 mean at this stage?
I think it's 14-7, I think.
Without this end. So
Well, Armo's played a great bowl, I think.
they're looking to see who's on.
Oh, no.
So Gary's still on, trying to come again for another.
Gary don't want to hit that front one.
He's running fast. Does that mean he's short?
What an athlete running across that green.
He isn't. He's nothing short, is he? Yes, he is. I wondered why he was running fast, Greg. Does that generally mean you're short?
No, if you run faster, it doesn't make them go any faster, Jack.
Does it not?
If Armo can take that yellow bowl out, they could be late 3.
This probably make 2, wouldn't it?
You're in that competition tomorrow, Jack, that new Langton 32.
I'm not. Oh, he's fired and killed the end again.
He's got the pig, another dead end.
I aren't, are you, Greg? Are you in the competition tomorrow?
No, I've given it a miss this year.
You'll have a thick head in the morning, won't you?
I've learnt my lesson from the last couple of years, Jack.
Is it another green you can't play, Greg?
It's actually just dual going, Jack. It's quite flat. It's good send as well.
Yep. It's not a tickling wicket, is it?
No, you don't stroke them out on there, Jack.
No. Is that what you like, Greg? Stroking them out?
I love stroking, Jack. I do
Right.
like a good stroke.
Good lad. So, Burnley are beating Everton by all accounts. So that's good news.
That's not good news for my accumulator.
So we're now at 14-7. And they're very, very laboriously pegging this lead back. Playing the difficult corners.
Chris hasn't let it good in here. Boyd's up a route here, I think.
Thomas Boyd is up a route.
No.
Are you sure,
Very
Greg?
wrong. Very wrong.
He's off-road by a yard, Greg. So, what do you know?
Oh, Bales.
So, another bad end here.
It is a tough corner, but Boyd's sunk this underneath, I think. First viewing.
It's a hell of a game. They seem to be struggling to get him on the road up there, Greg.
It is one of them marks where you've got to really bang a length. Do seem to slip off the line. Oh, the viewers have gone up since you can actually hear my voice. It's good to hear.
The voice of Birmingham from Birmingham, Mr. Smith, Captain Smith.
Yeah.
Went down with the ship in the second round.
Need a new partner, Jack. What are you doing next year?
We aren't commenting on the Crossfield Cup at this stage, are we, Greg? We've already had our discussion about that.
We have had a discussion about it.
I'm sure deep down they'll be doing their best to regroup and come back fighting like most bowlers.
Correct, Jack. It's rumoured we have been in turmoil, but I'm sure we'll be back. We've got a good selection committee and they'll sort things out, I think. We've got the greens, we've got the players.
Are you taking the reins, Greg? Are you taking charge of the situation?
I did have a say on selection last year, Jack, and it's the first year in 5 years we haven't won it for. What does that tell you?
It tells you that you were just beaten by the better side this year.
Yorkshire, yeah.
You've lost to Yorkshire, haven't you, this year? No, like you say.
Got to admit, I was rooting for my second county, Shropshire, in the final. I didn't actually get a chance to go over and see it, but I heard it was a great final, Jack. How did you find, is it Penfield?
Greenfield.
Greenfield,
Yeah. Good venue. 2 good greens. I think the green that we actually played Shropshire on was a bit slower than what they intended with all the rain that they got through the weekend. It was same in Yorkshire at Elland Cricket Club, and Shropshire played well at Elland that day, and I think we just won by about 2 or 3 in the end.
Possibly by Yorkshire so well then, if you'd had a lot of rain the night before or something like that.
Well, that's right, Greg. I mean, you've just got to adapt, haven't you? Get your Mac on.
Well, going back to the game, again, it's not a ball within a yard up in that top corner.
No,
I think they're measuring. I'm not sure if this is the counting bowl or they've already took the counting bowl out.
Gary's keeping an eye on these measurers. He's looking, checking they're in out underhand going on with these measures. Is there, Greg? Like, can be a bit of a bone of contention, these measurers sometimes, can't they, Greg?
Oh, and Boyd won.
So then
Boyd will probably come thumb peg towards us.
Trying to get back on that piece.
Yeah, I mean,
he's waiting.
Chris and Gary have just had a run of 6 or 7 ends on that in the corners, but they haven't picked up that many points. I think they're only on 15-7, so they've only probably picked up ones at the most.
We're on thumb peg, straight, just a little bit of finish at the end, Greg.
Some tricky marks on here, Jack. Very subtle. I mean, I played it in May. Was you here for the May invitation?
No, I don't get invited to such big tournaments like you, Greg. You're a well-established player, you know, and I'm very fortunate to be invited today, Greg. You know, I mean.
Well, Dave Waters probably won't make the same mistake next year, will he?
Well, I think he will.
I think James should bring back his old partner from last year. I think it was Ash Tattersley.
Yeah, well, Ashley wasn't available today, so I helped him out.
Never know, Jack. You might be able to go with your mucker Ashley Dakin next year.
Yeah, well, I don't think he'll have me either. I'm struggling for a partner. Shall we join forces?
Not that desperate, Jack. Got to say, it's credit to the groundsman at Parkfield. What great condition it's in at this time of year, Jack. Don't you agree?
I agree full-heartedly, Greg. With had a lot of rain, and it's played well today. It's nice condition. As you say. We're getting stick from Louise Kaup here about Greg not knowing how to turn the microphone on.
Talking for about 15 minutes.
It was just me talking to
Jack talking to himself.
I do that loads of times anyway.
Viewing figures with Jack. Just going down. Back now.
I'm used to Jack talking rubbish.
I know.
Well, Brownie's laid 2 reelings and Armo's played short. Probably in the way as well.
I think if Gary and Chris Brown make a meal of this, it'll be another half an hour at least, this game, Greg.
Yeah, we could be in for the long goal, Jack.
Yeah, it's a good job we've got a seat to sit on. Ooh, we're up to 22 viewers. Thank you, everybody.
Any questions? You know, you can just fire away.
Yeah.
Myself and Jack.
Ask Greg. Greg will answer them. He's the voice of reason. Oh, thank you.
Speakers, I see it. Oh, we've got a viewer here. Offering us Jammy Dodgers.
Jammy Dodgers it. So we're just going to shut up while we eat these.
Gary's put a 6-yard copper up, which isn't in the route. Armo's let rip. Close. Suffering. Took one out though.
They're quite good, these, you know. Thank you.
Jack's being a bit greedy now. He's taking another.
We've got a pair of jammy dodgers each.
Gary's played another
Hell of a bowl.
real ball.
2. So all of a sudden, they're making a meal of this job. That 11-0 lead's not looking as handsome now, Gregory. How's your biscuit?
Well, I've got my mouth full at the moment, Jack.
9:15.
Carl and Tom have started really well in all 3 games. Just done enough to hold on in every game. I think they might just do the same here. You can never rule Gary and Chris out. Tough characters.
Them what's it biscuits are nice as well. Them bourbons.
Thought you were going to say ginger nuts then, Jack. Taking a swipe at me.
Oh, I can't stand them. Very nice gesture.
Well, who's lay up here, Jack?
Well,
Brown's up a route. I've napped one here, I think.
Huddersfield have won.
Looks a good one from here. Brownie.
1-0. Oh. Up the town, Gregis. Villa's won. Villa's won as well, Greg.
The Villa, come on.
And Leeds, up the Floyd.
New era under Steve Bruce. There's only one way now.
Well, wait while you come to Huddersfield and it's just like, what do you call it? Football updates on a Saturday afternoon.
Who are you, Jack? You're
Blackpool 4, Doncaster 2. Do we need any more? Let's have a look. Crew 0, Yeovil 1.
Jack, none of us are from Crewe or Yeovil.
Well, doesn't
Goes
matter.
shot a fire, and Boyd is still counting 1. To be honest, Jack,
Oldham 0, Bristol Rovers 2.
you could be the new Jeff Stelling.
Is that what they call him? Who announces scores?
Stelling, yeah. Well,
Good, isn't he?
Jeff Stelling's on Go Sports, isn't he?
Oh, is he? Sorry. I don't get Sky Sports.
Oh, yeah.
I just have terrestrial.
Free view, are you, Jack? You always have been tight.
That's right, Greg.
It's funny we got asked to commentate. It was Jack's round. I'm still waiting.
You've got a full pint
Well,
there.
Gary's played over at this. He can't get the bowl.
Oh, he's
Just
chiseled.
clip the Jack.
He's chiseled the Jack into the corner.
Still in.
Who's holding shot,
Oh.
Greg?
Tom Boyd is counting 1. Armo could play a bowl here. If he plays that side one out of Chris's, they could count 3. He's just gone for a draw.
He's trying to draw the shot.
Well, bit chicken from Carl, I think, there. Just took the 1. So, again, Tom will probably come into the middle of the green. That'll take Chris and Gary another 2 ends to get into the corner. So, it's a good tactic that's working for him.
It is. He's changing his mark here, Greg. He's going towards the club, I think.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a
they've-
bit quicker finish down there, isn't it, Greg? You've got to push out of the corner, but then down towards the club. From now, all trail on the Jack now.
Yeah, he's played.
See you, Glenn. See you, Linda.
Oh, it looks a good pace here, does Boyd.
He certainly does. I think he's played a reel in here.
Do you know what? He's led real well
Cracking lead.
all day. You know, he's played straight peg, 30 yards, and he's played real well.
Is this underneath?
Yeah, it is underneath.
He's got Chris Brown underneath.
It's way underneath, actually.
It's a poor ball from Chris, but different bit of land, Greg. So
He's far enough. He needs a connection. I'm just going to go a couple of yards out the back.
Might not be wasted there. It's not a good one, but they're
Well,
always better there than short.
Looks a better pace for me.
Yes, he's certainly in the area here. Is he just
the-
slightly
In
underneath?
the vicinity.
Just gone under. Just missed. Just missed, Greg. How does that feel?
Like
So, at 9:16, I think they definitely need to score here. Ellis and Brown.
Yeah, I'd like to hear some feedback regarding Mike Holden as well. Myself and Jack, quite new to this commentary lark, but obviously Mike's a regular now. Is he a fan favourite or not? Your decision.
You vote on who
Yeah.
you want to listen to. We've got a selection of top players around the green. David Waters isn't one of them, but he might want to have a few words as organiser of this event. So joining us now is David Waters, the competition organiser for the Parkfield pair. So how are you, David?
Yeah, I'm good, Jack. Thank you.
Great effort from Marmo there to play Brownie out for 3. Oh, hi, Dave.
Hi,
Nice
Greg.
to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I've just given you glowing comments.
Thank you, Greg.
Dave, about what a
think
great
this-
comp you run.
Cheers, mate. No problem. It takes a bit of work, but it's worthwhile. I think this could be the biggest shocking balls if Boyd and Armitage were to get to the final.
Do you know, Gary's played a short bowl here when they're down. Wow. So, Ant Bracken and Paul Bailey just got through to the final with a convincing 21-7 win over Cape and Grimston. Very impressive.
Very impressive. Carl being a homester of the green and Grimston with vast green knowledge, I think that's a very good win. I think Anthony Bracken's reliving his form of the late 80s, early 90s, really.
Well, he was due to hit some form. He ain't played all year. Well, Chris hasn't led a good in there.
Playing a very difficult mark here, thumb peg. It's a lot easier finger.
This is thin as well, Dave.
Yeah. One thing Thomas Boyd isn't. I think very shocked if one of them doesn't change the peg here.
Yeah, I think Tom should be maybe change his peg here to show Carl the
He's
way
not
in.
going to do. He's sticking to the thumb. Looks not sure.
Not so bad this, I don't think. What, just gone out. Just gone.
Gone out, yeah, Brown.
So it's 16-10 at the moment. Brown and Ellis can win this end. I think they'll be going into the opposite corner.
Yeah.
Different corners, different part of the green. Good ball from
Ellis
Gary.
has found one. Great ball from the game's number 2.
I think Carl's been tight here.
Short and tight.
I think Carl could be going at these next bowl. Well, my commentary partner looks like he's heading home. Mr. Dyson, early bath.
Gone back home to hang the court hanger up.
Actually, I think he's off to Huddersfield Bowls presentation.
Well, he is the Huddersfield's number 1 player.
I'm sure that'll be an epic.
Has Ellis just made 2 there?
It's 3 actually.
3?
Dave.
All right, well.
This is short.
Short.
This is short. I've napped
Short.
it from hand.
Short.
Poor bowl.
Short.
16-13. Jack in hand. I think new favourites.
New favourites.
But Tom and Carl keep battling away.
See you, James. Thank you. Cheers. See you, Jack.
Ta-da, Jack.
Ta-da, Jack.
See, here
See
the
you,
grass doctor's off. So Chris and Gary are just
We're having a
debating
little meeting where to go.
here. Chris has gone the
Finger peg.
finger peg in 3/4 length to the opposite corner. I think this is a tough mark, Dave.
It's a very
I do
tough
think.
mark. You've got to just be bang on. Anything either side, and you will slip away or peg towards the club.
From playing today, I actually noticed, Dave, if you go thumb peg into that corner, it's probably one of the easier marks on the green.
That is one of the easy marks. There's not a lot of. You can either live above a little bit or live below a little bit. It all sort of shoots into one. The finger peg is a very hard mark. Chris has found
Let
it
it go,
perfect.
yeah.
This is going to go around the corner now towards. I think this could be. They could find a good 4 here, 3 or 4.
Tom's trying to pump himself up here.
That's not too bad, that.
His fatigue setting in for Tom Boyd.
It could be. I don't think he's actually hit the gym hard enough this season to get himself mentally stable and fit enough for this amount of games. Low
he
for
there?
me, short and low.
Yeah. What do I know, Dave?
Not a lot, Greg. Should suit Gary this mark. He does drag him up a little bit. He should be able to find the road a little bit easier. Looks good to
run.
me.
Got to run.
No, looks good to me. You're right, Greg. What do I know?
You're going to run this next year again, Dave?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. There might be a few question marks over certain pairs getting an invite back, but yeah, I'll be definitely running it. I think
Cole's resorted to striking there. I'm not sure that was the right shot.
I think he could have rested something there. Do you think you'll be sticking with Ryan next year, Greg? Or
Well, I've been thinking about that now.
we do allow 1 Holmester per pair, so if I am open to offers if you're interested.
Well, there's yourself and, Gary's played another. Bobby Brown, great local.
Great local. Bobby Brown's edge, very good player down that club edge. Line
Carl's
3.
gone again.
Is he too low?
No, too low.
3. Is it 3?
Yep, level pegging now. 16 apiece. Chris and Gary are right in the ascendancy now. And Bracken just walking past.
I think Bracken and Bailey will be hoping that Boyd and Armitage do get out of this game, but I can't see it happening, to be honest.
I actually can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And Bracken with a pint of water.
I can't be. He's actually ran up 5 balls today.
He's a new man.
He's a new man. See you later, Wayne. Yeah, see you tomorrow. See you later.
Well, Chris has come thumb peg. He's put it into a bit of a hole.
Yeah. Everything filters into one there, but he's still got to find the road.
We all love playing into a hole, Dave.
We do.
One thing short.
One thing I'm never short at. Not a great lead. 3 yards short.
I think Tom and Carl need to get in here.
Not short.
Not so bad.
Pace looks good.
Needs to clear.
Needs a clear run, and it should peg up
good
at the end.
ball. Now then.
Good ball from Thomas Boyd Jr. all the way from Doncaster.
Doncaster's finest, I heard.
Yes.
Well, Brown's having the trot. Needs to run. Just going to peg inside.
Just peg away. Not short again. Just needs
good.
to wait.
Decent for me. No, too far actually.
Too far. Not in a bad spot.
Yeah, not a bad place. You socialising tonight with us, Dave? As
I will be socialising. I'll be coming out here tonight. I've not been clubbing from last year, really. Last time I was clubbing with you, so I'm hoping you. I'll be coming to Beluga with you, and we'll see what we can pick up.
You're going to be making an appearance at the Warwick and Worcester presentation.
I will be doing that. Yeah, I came last year. It was quite an honour to be invited as one of the guests last year, so I'll be looking forward to it.
Could be Fight Night Live again.
It could be. Yeah, it's very hostile at Warwick and Worcester at the minute.
To be honest, Dave, there's been a few of the women's county team asking about you.
Well, goes without saying, doesn't it?
I suppose the viewers can't see Dave's now blushing. Oh, Gary's let rip.
Gary's striking.
Looking at it.
He's got the gap. Gap.
The gap. Can Carl pair up here? Could be a big pair.
Yeah, I think I'll be coming. I enjoyed it last year. It was good, a good night. Hopefully this year won't be like the Greg Smith night where they just talk about everything you've won. I think fatigue's kicking in here with Carl Armitage.
There's a lot of weight on the green at the moment, Dave.
Yeah.
How do you think the green will hold up?
It's quite a firm green, so it is taking these players well. They're not. I think it's a bit of a funny advert for balls because there's not many of them, bar Gary Ellis, who's in a good state of fitness.
Some absolute athletes. We've already got one through to the final. Anthony Bracken, fine athlete. He's got water in one hand, a banana in the other.
Greg, as a county selector, obviously, do you think Bracken should maybe move himself away from into a more difficult position in a county match instead of number 5 all the time, or do you think he's happy in his comfort zone?
I suppose he's.
I suppose it's a bit like yourself. You just keep playing number 9, don't you? And
that's you know what I mean. Warwick Worcester. Look at our order; it don't change very much. If we're confident to match any player, anyone can match anyone against our players. Dave,
do you think they'll ever put Kes Smith number 9 again?
Young Kes has come back stronger, winning the Isle of Man, winning West Brom.
West Brom is a great player. Just
keep him off the George.
Keep him off the George.
He's in the back. Wow, Boyd.
Oh, Boyd's absolutely wafting.
Boyd's giving it some. Wow, he's got a lot of traffic to get past these two at the back. If Boyd and Armitage can count here, they'll be coming back towards us over the green.
Yep. Bit of finger peg.
Armo's crabbed one out.
Yeah, he's.
I think sliding underneath could count.
A bit low. Make one on the length.
Yeah, good
ball.
Got some work to do here, Gary.
I'm sure Gary will make full use of the mat here to get on the road.
Far enough, tell him.
Yep, not short.
Great pace for me.
Needs to clear
See,
that ball.
lot of traffic, lot of traffic. I'm not sure if they lay 2 or 3 here. I mean, if Carl could be coming for game if the 3 on at the moment.
Pace looks good.
Well, yep. David snapped one.
Pace looks good.
Great bowl.
Pace
Great
looks
bowl.
good.
Well, a lot of pressure on Gary here. It's definitely 3.
I'm not sure if you're having a rip at these. Can he get a clear run there?
Boyd and Armo fist pumping. Oh, he's reached.
He's reached. I don't think. Can he miss that short ball? Can
Can't.
he miss that short ball?
Oh, what a great bowl. Oh,
That
cursed,
is very unlucky.
Cursed. No, 3, I think. 3.
3.
So 20-16 to Armo and Boyd.
Are we napping him coming finger peg down to the
Yeah, be coming back onto his patch.
finger peg?
At one point, Ellis and Brown were looking massive favourites, but like every game they've played so far, they've ground it out, Carl and Tom, and they're leading for a match now. Impressed today, aren't they? I think they've been
very impressed. Yeah,
every heat they've been 3-1 to win.
he's
They've
not
done it,
sure.
haven't they?
Yeah. If you got a £10 every heat, you'd have made some money.
Do you know,
No disrespect to either of them, but I had them at the outsiders of the 16 today.
just shows in doubles, mate. Anything
yep.
can happen.
It can.
Such a funny land this is.
It is. You
Like
can
Chris
kick
has
back-
just put that outside, and it just doesn't want to know. Tom just needs to lose the yard here, and he's got a reeling.
Bit of an inside-out delivery, Tom. None he seems to push him back out on the road.
He's found a length on here today.
This won't go so far. Just needs to find a yard.
It's
Needs to find a
not
yard.
so bad.
Got to pass
It's
it.
not so bad. Well, Brown's upper route. How's his pace?
He's far
How's
enough.
his pace?
It's far enough.
It doesn't. It's just going to come in. Yep, won it.
Good ball
Great
from
bowl.
Brown.
Great bowl. Well, I think Armo's got to be playing a yard to either hit that front one or the counting bowl.
Yep. Give it a chance. Tight as he
Definitely,
derby.
yeah,
Tight as he derby.
Tight as Dave Waters.
Tight as Ryan Prosser.
Wow. Poor Ryan. Had a bad day at the office. don't think he's won a bet. He ain't played a good bowl. He ain't hit a strike. Well, Gary could be in the back of this bowl.
Just going to miss
just
it.
Slided it.
Mm.
Just gone out, that
Gone
has.
out, that.
Just
Yeah.
shows, once you pass the jack on this mark, even at this time of year, it's trickling on. I think he's got to be hitting this.
I think he has, yeah. Oh,
Crab arms, put it out wide. I'm actually sharing rooms with Mr. Prosser tonight, so best behaviour.
Yeah. Ellis is on his way.
Well, it's decent land for me. If he's far enough, it'll come in.
It will come in. Needs to run a foot.
Got one.
Just got
Great
one.
ball.
Great ball from Gary
Well,
Ellis.
that's left it 2018. Where does Mr. Brown go here? Which corner will he head to?
Would you say Gary's the best player you've ever played, Greg, or is?
Yeah, he tactically he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Rarely makes a mistake.
Punishes you,
His
when, yeah.
tactics. He knows all the right shots to play.
Yeah.
He can play any length.
Yeah.
So you know you've got to be on your A game to beat Gary.
Yeah.
He's one of them as well where there's a few players, if you go a few up on him,
Yeah.
you're going to win. But against
Yeah.
Gary, you know the game's never finished.
No.
Well, it's not a bad lead from Chris down there.
No, it's,
But Boyd looks far enough.
it's far enough. They just hang out here with a bit of speed. Was he sat it?
Ooh, just the wrong side.
Yeah.
Who do you think, Dave? Who's your tip? Who's going to win?
I'm going to win. I think Ellis will just get out.
Big call. Big call. But I think Brown's played another here.
No,
So the pressure's on now.
pressure is on.
That is a great ball. It's a front scuttler.
I think he's definitely got one in the head. Got to get one in the head.
Boyd looks inside. This is inside. This is inside.
It's
Mike Holden's getting all excited now.
a Mike Holden ball, short and tight.
We've actually started a campaign, Dave. Me and
What's-
Jack. To
what's
get,
that?
get rid of Mike on commentary.
I think it's a great campaign.
Well, Gary looks
Needs
inside
to-
and short
needs to
here.
run. Needs to run.
So they're not lay game at the moment. If I was Carl, I'd be maybe hitting these.
Well, if it's 2 seconds. No, he's playing for one.
Well,
Is the crab arm going to kick in?
oh, this ain't.
Is the crab arm going to kick in?
Can't get back. Can't get back.
Far enough. Can he use that ball? No.
Oh, Gary's going to go for game here. Is Dave going to be right with his prediction? Ellison, Brown get out.
Looks good to me,
Yeah, he's
this.
chasing it.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, good land.
Looks
Just
good
needs
to
a
me.
connection.
Wow.
Oh, it's
It's done
pegged
bad at the
right
end,
out.
that.
That has pegged
Really done really bad
right
at the
out.
end. He needs to be looking with us 2 or 3 seconds here.
Well, if Carl's back bowler stayed on, there is actually a shot on. But I'd be going full whack at this, Dave.
Yeah, it'd be a very bad strike to take the third ball out, which is Thomas's. He's trying to play up.
Risky shot.
Yeah,
Risky shot. If you
I think
take
he's
that
to back
side
as
on
well.
him, yeah,
He's
he's
to
too
back.
wide. 20 apiece.
20 apiece.
20 apiece.
Who wins?
You decide.
You decide.
If it was who's got the biggest belly, Boyd and Armo would probably just win.
Yeah.
But
Gary's talking through a few tactics here. I think they've got to come finger peg into this corner.
well, I think Chris won't be coming thumb peg.
Definitely, yeah.
They come down here a few ends ago and Tom played a good bowl. So I think he's got to be looking for finger peg or somewhere maybe up an edge. No, he's done it again.
Nice.
Thumb peg into the hole.
And they've gone into the hole.
Maybe he's just hopefully relying on just a good lead.
Yeah. It's all about length on this, Mark.
Tight.
This looks short and tight. This.
Well, this isn't a good lead. Chris don't like it. Turned his back. That's
This
poor from
that
Chris
is one of the
standards.
probably the worst balls I've ever seen.
Well,
Well,
got
he's
to cease an inch. Just going to go a yard, I
we'll
think.
give it.
Going to go a yard. Needs a connection.
Ooh, just helped it a little bit. 5
Not so
foot
bad.
past.
It's not so bad. He's chasing it. This looks short for me, Dave.
Needs to run.
So
Needs to run.
it's up to
I think a bit of
Monsieur Ellis. Gary's been here a million times. 20 across. This is tight from Tom.
yeah.
So there's a lot of space
Lot
here,
of space,
a lot
yeah.
of room.
I think Ellis will fire him on, to be honest.
This won't bring the crowds back.
This one thing this man doesn't suffer with his jelly arm.
Oh, is this up?
I don't think it's up.
No, he's.
I think I'm eating my words here.
Wow, this is.
He's just dragged it up.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not a difficult mark, to be honest.
You've
Dave,
just got to
is
be
it?
on a roll and it's not. It's not a trick mark.
I think some of these have been watching Mr. Prosser too much. It's tight as well, so there's 4 foot of room here for Gaz to get in. Gaz is nearly a length. You just need to put it on road. What do you reckon, Dave?
I think he'll get one. Man of steel. Better road. Is he far enough? Is he far enough?
Yeah.
Is he far enough?
Yeah.
Is he far enough?
It slid out
He'll
wide a
peg
little
up at
bit.
the end. He'll come up at the end.
Yeah. Won it. It's
Well,
you rather have it than lick it.
We'd rather have it than lick it.
It's too tight for me.
I'll let
No,
it finish.
no, I'm
Let
not.
it this is the first
Wow.
ball Carl Armitage has ever ran up.
Welcome to the party, Armour.
Well, Armitage.
Won it. Great
Bloody
bowl.
hell.
So another 21-20 win for
Yeah.
Boyd and Armitage. Hats off to him, Dave. Hats off
Absolutely
to
brilliant. Great ball.
him.
In my opinion, that's the biggest shocking balls these two getting to the final.
They're walking off the green like wounded soldiers,
Yeah.
though. Fatigue is definitely setting in. They need a point.
I think
They
by
need a
them
point.
two getting to the final gives hope for every average bowler in the country.
Including yourself, Dave.
Yeah. On the subject of your partner, Greg, do you think he's gone backwards in the last 2 years? He was showing a lot of promise, weren't he? They were talking about the famous 4. Ben's been on the reserves, Ryan's struggling to form, and the other ones who was the other one in the famous 4? Was it John Palmer? And he's been banned.
There's the Palmers and Lee Kington,
Yeah.
good players.
There's only you who've shown any forward step. Ben's obviously doing well.
Probably because shown a bit of commitment I have, whereas the others probably haven't travelled
Yeah.
as much.
Yeah.
It's all about confidence. Like I've gone up north, won a couple of things where Dave maybe ducked out in a couple of games, 21-20, and but they've all got the ability to be as good as the one.
Without a doubt.
That's why I play with Ryan, to be honest. So I think he's got such a great all-round game, Dave.
No problem. Boyd, Thomas Boyd, can we just have a quick word?
Quick word.
Can I pass you over? This is the one of the finalists already.
Come on, Tom.
Come. Yeah.
The sweat is pouring off him.
If Carl Armitage and Thomas Boyd win this, it'll be like Leicester winning the Premier League. Cheers, Tom.
What a hero. What a hero.
Winning Premier League.
So, Tom, how do you feel about your latest win?
Yeah, ecstatic. Carl's dragging me through, playing some good ones out, and just playing well at the minute.
I've
So
got
it's going
to
well.
I've got to disagree with that comment, Tom. I think you're dragging Carlo through.
Well, I'm leading well. I'm leading well when I've got Jack. Must admit, I'm playing well over at middle, but he's pulling big ones out in corners. So we're doing well as a team.
What's with that mark, Tom, across that middle? It's caught everyone out. You've gone. You passed 3 games. You've been 10-0, and I think 12-0.
I think it's just with my delivery, I'm like an inside out, and it's like it's catching a few people out. They can't seem to follow me and get on the road. So it's
including your partner.
well, yeah, including my partner, because it's it's worse for him because he's outside in. So it's catching a few people out. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, so you've. I think every game someone's come back at you, haven't they? But you've dug it out, haven't you?
Yeah, we're hanging in there. We're hitting wall a bit now, but we're just one more game, so hopefully we can get a line.
We have just mentioned that. Yeah, fatigue may be setting in.
Definitely. Yeah.
Go and get yourself a point, and
well done, mate.
all the best in the final.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you.